What's going on, guys? Gomes here back again on another MLB The Show 19 Diamond Dynasty video. Of course, you guys know the 5th inning program did just release yesterday, featuring 3 brand new 99 overall signature boss players, that being Josh Donaldson, Bob Gibson, and Lou Gehrig. And today I want to talk to you guys about the best and fastest way to get done with the 5th inning program. Now, I know I've made these videos for all the other programs, but there are always constantly changing objects and variables, such as the moments and new stuff that I discovered to be able to get this done faster. So without further ado, let's get right into these tips. The first thing that a lot of people sometimes don't realize is you can always see how much longer it is until the next program. So it's 27 days and 2 hours at the time of recording that. So if you guys ever wonder how long do you have without, being like the next day when you know the live stream is coming, that is always going to tell you how long. And it also reminds you to do your daily missions, because it says you have 4 program stars waiting in your daily missions to do that. But now let's get into the real stuff. Okay, so win 10 games in ranked seasons, battle royale, or events. That gets you 30 program stars. As always, the best way to do this is to do the ones that take the shortest amount of time, the shortest amount of innings. Usually, events is 3 innings, and there is an event right now. Battle royale, of course, is always 3 inning games, and ranked seasons is 9 innings. Now, it does make sense if you want to play ranked right now, because the season actually does end on the 22nd, so I believe it ends on Monday. So that does make sense if you want to do that and try to make that grind out to World Series. But if you're looking at getting it done the fastest way, I would obviously recommend the 2 that are 3 innings. But I think events is really what you guys should be focusing on right now, because once again, these are 3 inning games. But unlike battle royale, where you have to pay each time 1,500 stubs, events you can enter as many times as you would like, and it is free entries. And on top of that, you are also working towards getting signature series players. So for example, if you got to 10 wins, if you got the 10 wins that you needed online through the events, you get 10 of those vouchers, which you are going to bring towards the events into the Hall of Fame event. Put those 2 in here, and you are making progress towards 2 of these 98 and 94 overall signature players, 94 Lee Smith and 98 Edgar Martinez. So that is very worth it in my opinion. And if you keep grinding those out afterwards, after you've made this progress, you can go ahead and sell those cards and possibly put it towards the voucher, which of course is going to get you a lot closer to getting the 5th inning program done. Next up is the 5th inning Conquest challenge. Once again, every inning features a Conquest map. The last 2 have been a little bit different from the ones previously, as there are things that you have to do in a certain amount of turns, such as capture the New York Yankees stronghold in turn 1, capture the Rays stronghold in turn 2 or less, and then capture the Brewers stronghold in turn 3 or less. I've already gotten all of those done. Really, what I would recommend for the Conquest is, I think this side is what you want to get done with first. Get done with the right side of the map and then focus on everything else. I have completed 4 strongholds alongside the one that you start off with. It is turn-based, like I said. So what I did, and I'm not going to restart it, but basically you start out right here. The first thing that you have to do is go to the Yankees. So you want to get that done on 1 turn. You have to get it done on 1 turn. So in order to do that, you just sneak down this path right here, and you're going to get there. I did you cannot have an opportunity to steal fans. I ended up playing on All-Star, which is not that bad. Then for turn 2 or less is the Rays. I did that on turn 2. This time I could steal fans, and I always recommend, if you can steal fans, I would do it. Usually what I do is I steal 2 million fans to play on veteran. Very easy to play on veteran, at least in my opinion, and you still get a good amount of fans from it. So then you go do the Rays, and then you have to sneak back after and go to the Brewers, I believe it was, right here. So once you get done with the Rays, go back to the next turn, and you should have a line right here so you can bring the fans towards and do the Brewers there. I've never had to play on a higher difficulty than All-Star on this Conquest map. Usually it is veteran. I think I've only played 1 game on All-Star, but that's really what I recommend for the Conquest map. And then, of course, go ahead and finish out the map. Those 3 are the only 3 that you have to do turn-based. On to the 5th inning moments. Of course, there are going to be 2 more sets that are going to be dropping within those next 27 days that this program is going to be out. So that's more opportunities for program stars, but there's always just one to start out with. The first half are missions that you are using your team and you're going against the bosses. Length 1 inning, strikeout 2 batters, don't give up a run, very easy in my opinion. This one 6 out, score 1 run, pretty self-explanatory. There weren't too many difficult moments out of these, at least in my opinion. Usually all of them were relatively pretty easy, I do think. I do want to say for one like this, where your only objective to score 5 runs, tally 4 hits, and tally 4 RBIs. What I always do for this is, since you don't have to win this game. Once you get those stats, the game is over. And I really wish they'd find something else, find a fix or a workaround for this. But if you don't get it in that first inning, it keeps going. It's a 6-inning game, so you have 6 innings to do it, but you're going to have to pitch, which takes more time. So if you don't get at least like 1 run in that first half inning of you batting, I would just restart it and go on from there. Because there's no point if you don't score. You might as well restart it, because you're going to have to pitch each and every half inning as long as you don't get it through the 6-inning game. So if you don't score at least 1 run, I would recommend probably just, reset the moment, because you can reset it from that screen. Here's the boss battle once again. There's not really too many tips that I can give you for that, other than just put your best guys out there. You're using your Diamond Dynasty team and focus in. It's on veteran difficulty. I really didn't have too much trouble with that one. 1 plate appearance, those are pretty self-explanatory. Once again, you can always reset those. They can get frustrating sometimes, but usually they're not all that bad. This one is really the only moment that I actually had some difficulties with. Strikeout 17 batters with Bob Gibson in a player lock 9-inning game. So it's on veteran difficulty against the current Detroit Tigers, which might not seem difficult, but it actually kind of is. I only took 1 try. I never failed the mission. It just takes a long time to do, striking out 17 batters. What I recommend, if you're not going to get there, try to get the game in extras. Let's say you're winning 5-2. Start walking a few guys and start trying to allow runs in order for the game to get tied and put into extras. They will not take out Bob Gibson. He's going to stay in the entire game. And then also maybe try to get some pass balls. If you have 2 strikes on them, throw a slider in the dirt that, might go back to the backstop, and it'll count as a count 3rd strike. It'll be a strikeout, but it won't be an out, so you can rack up 4 strikeouts in an inning. And then the last one here, 5th inning boss, once again, pretty self-explanatory, 6-inning game. I got this done, I believe it was in 3. I thought this is a 3-inning game, so I got all the stats done in 3 innings. Those are pretty self-explanatory. They can be a little difficult at times, but for me, really the Bob Gibson was the only tough one. So as you are working your way across, you're going to get this 100 diamond choice pack and this 200 program star choice pack and other stuff along the way, such as these. I recommend sell these cards along the way, because the quicker you sell them, the quicker you get this done, the quicker you get to these, they are going to drastically drop down in price. I believe these cards are still going for a decent amount. They're going for like 25k. So I would sell them as soon as possible. Even if you want one of these cards, you can always go back a week later and they're going to be like 15,000 opposed to the 25,000 they're going for. And once again, you can put that towards the voucher and possibly get some more program stars. I've had people ask me before, where do you get the voucher? You go over to feature programs and you're going to want to click on 5th inning right here. Put in the last inning bosses. They're going for about 55, a little over than that for each and every one. So I do think it's worth it. Billy Wagner is really good, and if you're going to finish this fast, these cards are going for quite a good amount, at least at the time I'm recording this. Yeah, people are putting them up for 500k, and even if you sold it now, you can still sell for over 200k. Obviously, I don't recommend that. You can probably get 300,000 plus. I know Twin got like 500k off the one he sold. Looking at the daily missions, of course, they are always going to be there. For the multiplayer ones, I think events, once again, is a pretty good way to get those knocked down. You can just put 1 silver reliever in there, and if you're winning 3-0 and your opponent obviously is not that good offensively, it's not a very good hitter, you can easily get a silver save that way. Sacrifice flies, kind of random, but once again, eventually you're going to get that as you're getting those 10 wins. So now let's say you've gotten all of these other things done. You've done the 10 games, you've done the Conquest, you've done all the moments, you've done your daily missions, there are still more ways to get program stars. Pretty much the way it is, you get 1 program star for every 3 inning game, whether that be Battle Royale, events, or Conquest. And then you get 2 for a 9 inning game, whether that be ranked seasons or playing versus the computer. Obviously, if you're going to grind program stars, you probably want to do it offline, unless you're really making that grind for World Series or you're trying to get 12-0 in BR or whatever the case may be. Likely, you're probably going to grind offline either on Conquest or play versus computer. It really depends. If you have some of these Conquest maps left to do, it could be worth it. I don't think none of these Conquest maps are all that great except for this one. If you don't have that, I'd recommend to do it because there is a good amount of XP in there, but you've probably done these other inning programs, or even if you have not, there's not too much of a purpose to do so. So what I would say is probably going to play versus computer. You do not have to win the game. That's the important part. You can just bunt every single at bat, you know, just run out of the inning and then pitch. And even if you lose the game, you're still going to get the 2 program stars. The reason for Conquest, because once again, you probably want to play this quickly and you kind of have to win these games in order to progress on the Conquest map. So that's why I think play versus computer is a little bit better. You can get those games done in like 20 minutes. So that's pretty much 10 minutes per program star. So I think that is really worth it in my opinion. Play versus computer is probably what I'm going to do tonight and grind that out and, you know, maybe make some progress towards some team affinities. There's a couple guys I'm looking at, such as this 87 Zach Britton. And then there's always a good amount of packs in these two, which I think is definitely worth keeping an eye out as well. Remember, for the Conquest, there are also hidden rewards. I got like a 5-pack bundle somewhere alongside here, so that is also good to see. But that is the fastest way that you guys can complete the 5th inning program. Once again, if you guys have any other questions, thoughts, concerns, anything else that you guys want to bring forward to the table that might get you program stars a little bit faster, make sure to leave it down below in the comment section and let me know which inning boss you guys are going to take. Is it going to be Donaldson, Bob Gibson, or Lou Gehrig? You guys probably know who I'm going to take. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like down below. It really does help me out. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Diamond Dynasty content, run it around the clock. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. There you guys, out. Yay.
Love is love, and hate is hate. To die is an awesome adventure, and I can hardly wait. Earth is a prison, I need a great escape. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone. You know I'm in my zone. I took a bite of the glory.